Hi, I'm Matt Sosman, and I want to talk about live response in Microsoft Defender ATP. I think you're going to love this amazing capability. So what is live response? Well, to put it really simply, it's basically a remote shell connection to a given machine that allows you to do in-depth incident response and take action to actually contain that threat and do it in real time. So what can you do with live response? Well, again, it's a shell connection, so you can run a myriad of advanced and basic commands to aid in your investigative work. You can download samples of malware. You can run PowerShell scripts. You can do all sorts of really interesting things here. My favorite's be able to take or undo remediation actions, and I'll talk more about that in just a moment. The requirements to enable this is really pretty straightforward. One of these builds of Windows 10, as you can see on the slide, with these appropriate security updates applied. You also have to have live response enabled in the advanced features section under settings in Defender ATP. The target machine has to be part of a machine group that has some level of remediation, whether it's semi or full. And then you have to have obviously the appropriate permissions in the Defender Security Center to be able to do this. I want to respect your time, so I'm not going to go in depth to all the commands, but at a high level, this slide contains the commands that are available with live response. So take a moment, pause the video, and review these commands. Okay, enough PowerPoint slides. Let's get into a demo. Okay, so I have a rogue document on my machine here that when I launch it, it runs a macro that actually creates a piece of malware in the background that uses PowerShell to drop it onto the desktop of my machine. And there's that piece of malware. And this is simulating an attack in my lab. And when it does that, I can then go into scheduled tasks and I'll see that we have this rogue task that got created. And then if I look at my startup processes for Windows, I can also see that exact same startup process is in there as well. So it's now creating persistence. And if I open up Defender ATP, it created an incident for this. And if we look at the incident, I can see all the alerts related. And here is where PowerShell dropped a suspicious file on the machine. That's where, if we scroll through this, we can see that document launched a PowerShell prompt, which then dropped this rogue file on that machine along with some other things. And so what we're going to do is go up to the top here, click on that machine, and then we're going to click on the ellipsis and click on Initiate Live Response Session. Now I've already done this, so if we take a look at this, from here I can run these shell commands, and we now have a remote connection initiated. So I could type in things like processes, and it will return a list of processes. And there's all the processes on the device, and here you can see WinATP intro backdoor.exe. Now, if we just type in help, it will tell us all of the commands that are available. And here you can see some of the various commands. I'm not going to go through all of these, but I do want to show you a couple. So let's take a look at find file. So we're going to type in find file. And remember that piece of malware that we found, WinATP intro backdoor.exe? Well, we're going to tell it to find that file, WinATP intro backdoor.exe. And now it's searching throughout the machine for that file. And in just a moment, it's going to return results of where it's located. And there's the location. So at this point, we can run the remediate command, which we'll do in just a moment, to then remediate that file and get it removed. Okay, the next command I want to show you is the remediate command. So we're going to paste in my remediate command, and it's remediate file, and then the path of that file -auto. Now remember, we got that path from both the alert in Defender ATP console, but also when we ran the command find file, it found that path. Now -auto just means it's going to complete all of its prereqs, and then file means it's going to delete that file. Now I could also do process, service, registry entry, scheduled task, start folder item to also get rid of that as well. So let's go ahead and run this, and we'll give this a moment to cook, and it's going to go through and automatically remediate that file. Now here we can see down the lower right-hand corner that that file was removed. And if we open up the desktop folder and we just do a quick refresh, in just a moment, that file is going to be shown as removed. There it goes, it just got deleted. And then down the lower right-hand corner, you can see that Enterprise Unwanted Applications are found, and it automatically removed that file. Now, if we open up that alert here in Windows Defender in the Security Center, I can then see there was that file, and it got removed. Now, it's now missing, and then back here in my console, I can see the log entry there. So there you have it, folks. Now if we go back to our scheduled tasks and do a refresh, the scheduled task is gone. If we go into auto runs here, we can do a refresh. We can also see that that process, that startup process, is now gone. Threat has been remediated. Okay, I want to show you the ability to upload a file to what we call the library. And this then allows me to access that file from within the console session. And I just click on Upload File to Library, and I upload it. And then within the console here, I'm going to type in library, and it's going to return different files that are available to me. So maybe it's a PowerShell script to do a memory dump. Maybe it's another application, maybe to get some volume information about the disks, whatever it may be to aid in my incident response operations. So that's pretty cool. And then I can run commands to then extract files off the machine and save them locally here on my device. So that could be really, really handy. The last thing I want to show you is the command log. This is a running log of all the commands I've run against that machine. And so here you can see where I ran a few commands like the scheduled tasks. Boom, there's the command that was ran. Here's the output. It's all here logged in the audit log. So folks, that is live response in Defender ATP. Okay, as you can see, this is extremely powerful. I only showed you just a little bit. So go out there, lab this up, read more about live response, these commands that are available to you, as they can be extremely useful when you're in the heat of the moment and you need to access that machine to be able to aid in your incident response. All right, hope you found value in the video. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.